All right, so I'm going to the Sci-Tech Center. So they called you, and what'd they say?
That somebody reported to them that you'd be coming over.
Yes. And what's wrong with me going over to the Sci-Tech Center?
Well, they're concerned.
Concerned about what?
They don't know you, and they saw all the information about you on the internet.
So what's wrong with that? All I said is tonight they're having a...
Well, people are allowed to be concerned, right?
No, because this is ridiculous. You guys are actually harassing me right now because I'm going to a public event here in a little bit.
I'm not saying you can't go.
We came over to help you.
Help me what?
To make sure you don't get in trouble.
I'm not getting any trouble.
Understand, relax.
This is ridiculous.
It's not.
It is ridiculous. All right, so I'm over here at the Sci-Tech Center on Stone Street, and there's a small little crowd out here with different power telescopes, and I brought my little telescope, and let's see who we can talk to tonight. I don't know how well you could see it, but it ain't gonna zoom in on it, but the moon is right up over there. All right, we're here with Steve. So can you tell everybody what we're doing here tonight?
Well, this is a astronomy night to look at mainly the moon, but also the planets Jupiter and Saturn.
All right, and we were just looking through the telescopes that you have set up. Can you tell us the two telescopes you have here?
One is a refractor, which was the original telescope that was invented by Galileo, and that's the smaller one. And the larger one is a reflector, which uses a mirror instead of a lens.
All right, well, when I was looking at them, it seemed as if the moon had its own waves in it, and you said that it was the vibration from the 7 News air conditioner on the lens. Is that what?
Well, I don't know what the vibration is from. I'm assuming it's from their air conditioning, because it's a very large air conditioner.
And looking at the Jupiter right now, it seems that it's producing its own light, and so does the moons that it's with. Why does it seem, and as we observe it, that it's producing its own light?
What we're seeing is light reflected from the various objects. Sunlight from our own sun. It reflects off of the other objects in the sky.
All right, moonlight is testable colder in direct moonlight.
Let me get this back.
All right, so we're back. So we're talking about the moonlight. I have seen thermometers test the direct moonlight is cooler than in the shade of the moon, which is direct opposite of the sun. How is that explained?
Go back that once more.
Moonlight is cooler. It has a different type of wavelength. So if it's reflecting from the sun, why does it test to be a cooler light? And it also on the light spectrum, it's a different wavelength.
Okay, I can't answer that.
Okay.
I don't know what any of the wavelengths are.
Okay.
I just know that it's a visible light.
And what do they claim the moon is made out of?
The moon is basically made of the same thing the Earth is made out of.
So a rock?
Rock of various sorts.
My experiments and research has shown that the moon is some kind of electromagnetic plasma. Have you heard any of the research or science on this subject?
No.
You have not? No. All right, well, I just encourage you to look into it. All right?
Good
Thank you.
Certainly.
So fun and important that everyone can just kind of take a day once a year or more if they wish to appreciate outer space.
That's the whole thing, just to get people out to be thinking about our sky, about science, about technology, and just have a little fun with a smile.
Lots of fun. You were happy with your turnout tonight?
We had about close to 50 people showed up. We had a real big crowd early on. People all saw the moon. Most of them saw Jupiter. Many of them saw Saturn. So it's been just a really nice night. Even though there's some clouds that we're going through, and been a little bit of concern times when we couldn't see things, but everyone got a view of something in the sky.
So if someone's interested in science, how can they reach out to you?
Well, one way is visiting us at Sci-Tech. Now, right at the moment, of course, because of COVID, our main exhibits are closed, although we always have on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Every Saturday, we have our little science store open. And in the science store, we have a couple of interactive exhibits that are free to use. So people can at least do that at Sci-Tech right now. But we have a website, and it always tells about things that are happening, such as astronomy nights, some of our other activities, and we also occasionally put out experiments to try at home.
Very cool, especially during this time when people are bored. Tell me about some of the telescopes we have here. These aren't just, you know, buy at Walmart telescopes. These are pretty cool.
Well, we have two main telescopes that we're using. The largest one we have is a 10-inch reflector, which means it uses a mirror to gather light. And the other one is a refractor, which uses lenses to gather light. And the refractor, of course, is the original telescope, the one invented by Galileo way back.
Cool. That is
So it
neat.
was the original type of telescope.
Well, that's the questions I was going to ask. Is there anything else you'd like to say about International Look at the Moon Night or about the event?
Well, no, really, International Observe the Moon Night is just arranged just to get people to think about science, about technology, about our moon, and again, looking up in the sky.
Excellent. Thank you. And thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody. So I was able to hand out some flyers tonight to a couple people. You know, and also those cops that showed up at my house, they were hiding in that parking lot over there. And when I went over there to go, you know, try to record them, but they took off, and then they went over behind the bank and parked there, but they took off from over there too. So somebody called the cops saying that I was coming down to the Sci-Tech Center to tell people the truth of creation. So I've been down here for an hour and a half, and everything went pretty good. I talked to a few people. A lot of it was off camera. So, you know, God's word was spread here today. And whoever called the cops on me, like, what's your problem? Like, seriously. I have an idea who it was, because that same stalker drove by a couple times back and forth, the same guy that called the cops on me before. So it's probably Brandon is probably who it was. But so that was what was happening tonight down here at the Sci-Tech Center.